turn the camera around. One of these days, we'll begin a live stream with everything working right there. All right. And we'll let some of those urban noises go by. Well, hello, everyone. Matt here. CDB, thanks for being here as always. It is good to see you. I appreciate you so much. Hey, Psych, good to see you. Thanks for being in here tonight. That's awesome, man. So I hope you guys are doing okay. Can everyone hear me? Can I get a 5x5? Can you see me and hear me okay? Oh, Time and Timber Homestead's here. Good evening. It's good to see you. Hey, that's awesome. All right. Love it. Yep, great. You can hear me. Awesome. Okay, so we'll get started tonight. Tonight's a kind of an easy one. So first of all, to anyone who is here who knows me, hello. It is great to see you again if you do not know me and you're watching this in the replay or something like that. Well, hello everybody. My name is Matt and I'm here with Grafted Branch Homestead. And so you're joining me here for Quail Shack Chat with Matt on Saturday evenings, where we don't always talk about the quail, but we have been lately. And so on my channel here, we like to get together on the lives for fellowship, some celebrations. Sometimes we do some product reviews, skill share, DIYs, garden things, animal care. That's just some good old general chat. So thanks for joining me here in the high desert and our urban homestead, where we are pushing what we do to the max to hopefully live a better life here. And so, hey, RG Arizona Homestead, it's good to see you. Good evening. Thank you for being here. Jesus Loving Homesteader, you made it on time. Hey, thanks for being here. That's awesome, man. So I'm excited to hear updates on your quail and those things you have going on. And so that's awesome. And let's see. Well, we've been for the last month now. Man, time goes fast. But for the last month now, we've been on a series, kind of, I guess, on quail problems, where I just was kind of going through some of the basic things you'll see on quails. Some problems on how to address them or prevent them. And so we've talked about feathers, nutrition, eggs, feet. A lot of different things, really just some basic things. And I do, as I have in most of the streams, want to say I'm no means an expert or anything like that. Do your own research as well. I'm just giving you some things you're going to run into. Now tonight is the fifth part in that, or kind of the conclusion. I thought that would be fitting to build out a small little quail medical kit. I do want to say how much medical care you're going to give the quail is really going to differ quite a bit based on why you have them. If they're pets, if you're raising them for meat, for quick turnover, for breeding or whatnot, there's a lot of different reasons. Sometimes you may want to give medical care to a quail if it is one you particularly like, or you want to pass those genes on, or for multiple different reasons. Maybe it's one of the few males you have. Usually I do suggest, and actually I was in Verna Young's chat this morning, and she made some very good points, and I do suggest them, so I wanted to bring it up. Usually with the quail, if you're running into issues like major issues or major medical issues, you're probably just going to want to cull them. That's usually the most humane thing to do, and kind of probably the best thing to do would be culling if they have a lot of issues. So with building out a medical kit, by no means is this going to be a heavy duty thing or there to cure a lot of problems or anything like that. So I like to be prepared. I like to kind of think ahead and stay on top. I am not organized at all, but I am on a mission to get organized. And so with that, one of the things I think is a good idea is to keep little medical kits around for your different animals. So in here, I'm just going to have a basic little kit of things that are all together in one place if I ever did need something. So I'm going to have a kit here I'm going to go over today for the Coturnix quail. I'm going to be putting a kit together, a small one for the chickens that will be out in their area, as well as one for my dogs. And I think this is something I'm going to do for each group of animals, just so I have some repetitive items and some things in one spot. So I think it's a good idea. Before we get to that though, let me hop in the chat and just give a few little going-ons here at the Urban Homestead. So everyone's saying hi and good evening. Does anyone raise quail in a tractor on the grass? I haven't come across that actually, not the quail. That's a good idea. They're very skittish animals. They have no really sense of self-preservation. If there's a gap they can shove themselves in, or something they can drown, or a way they can do themselves in, they will. So I think it's probably something you could do. I would just be very careful there. I've let them out in the caged areas before. You could probably do a tractor. I would just keep it in a build. That'd be an interesting thing for you to do, and do a video actually. If I was on some land, I might do something like that. But yeah, no, that's a great idea. You probably could. I mean, I know a lot of times people on homesteads and things will raise a lot of like Cornish game hens or animals like that. I know some of the small birds. I'm assuming quail too would be a good idea, because you can raise them really quickly, and a lot of them. And they'll let them go out in their fields, and they'll eat up all the ticks and little bugs out there, and help clear the fields. And then, you know, nature kind of takes over to dispose of a lot of them. So you probably could. Good idea. Well, I've been on a push this week here to get as much done with the quail shack as I can before we're entering into fall and winter. I know weather isn't changing quite yet, but I do have a extremely busy schedule coming up here, and life is getting very busy. So I'm on a push to get the quail shack finished so I can be incubating in here and have it somewhat climate controlled and sealed. So with that, you'll notice next to me probably, and I have a video coming out today or tomorrow, but I've added a third tier to my quail tower here. And so can quail fly? They're more of glorified jumpers. So they can jump 3 or 4 feet kind of and flutter, and they'll do that. There can be a pain in the butt to catch. You want to keep their cage short. I mentioned this a lot, because if they jump too high, they can hit their neck and give themselves neurological problems. Or you want it real high, like 7 foot. So they're more of glorified jumpers. But I got this cage. I'm going to do a little video on it. Finally came in. It takes a while to get one from Winola Ranch, but they are awesome. They're high quality cages. I can get most of my quail in this tower. I still have some over here, but this is going to allow me to be able to break down my homemade one. I'm going to cut it in half. Use half of it as the top part as a grow out, 2 bottom cages on the bottom for culling and males. And then the second half is actually going to turn into a rabbit hutch. So with that, I needed to be removing the roof from above the old quail area, so I could get the roof to this area down. And so I've actually got most of that done. So I'm going to take the camera out real quick before we get into our main chat, I guess, here. But let me just show you a few things I've accomplished here with the quail shack. So there is the 3-tier cage, and they actually sent it for free. I had asked, but didn't get a response, but they sent these covers. And so out here in the high mesa in the desert, we get sand and everything blowing everywhere. So these are going to be awesome to help keep sand out of their water. And actually in Verna's chat, it made me laugh, because she had said you don't even need to give them sand baths. You can just let the wind blow them. And you pretty much could. But it looks like we got about 7 people in here. So hello everyone. Well, I'm going to come out here. I just want to show you a few of the upgrades we've working on the quail shack we've done. So I've gotten a lot of the roof done, and I don't know how well you can see here at night. And it's not a perfect job by any means. And so join me tomorrow for the garden chat if you want to see it a little better. But I've gotten a lot of the roof on it actually. And so part of it, I still need to put a panel up there, but I got it all painted so as to help protect it, just because the New Mexico sun is brutal. And then if it's having snow on it. And so we got a lot of that roof done. I got one of the shutters actually built and up on here. While we're out here, we'll just come around. So the elderberry and catnip are kind of dying off. The neighbor's cat's been getting at them. Hey ladies. They have started laying again. For whatever reason, they stopped for a minute, and they were looking at becoming some holiday dinner. And I came out and we read a book called Chicken and Dumplings. It was a fantastic book, but yesterday we got 3 eggs, so I'm thinking maybe that went to heart. Just kidding. Red winter wheat is planted in here. We got onions planted in this box, and it's kind of hard to see, and we're going to go in and get to our quail shack chat. But join me tomorrow morning, me and Casey, for some garden chat with Matt and tea with Farmer Casey at 10 a.m. tomorrow. And we're going to go through the garden and see some of the changes with fall and winter here. But for now, let's go ahead and get to the build on our box. Let's see. How often do you clean the cages, and what does that look like? Hey, you know what? That is an awesome question, Jesus Loving Homesteader. So I clean them about once a month, and actually today was the day they got cleaned. And so in the video, what I'm going to show is they come apart really easy. The Winola ones do. I haven't cleaned my other one. If you have a pressure or power washer, I suggest that. It would be a lot easier. But what I did was, because I had gotten the third tier delivered today, check out my video later, but that's when I put it together. I went ahead and separated them. So just with these little bolts here on either side, I took it apart, and I took these quail out of one of the cages, and I put them in a little brooder box that I have, a little Plano, just small box I built a lid for, and you'll see that in the video later. That's going to come out probably tomorrow. And I sprayed them all down with the hose real good. Then I put the birds back and put the cage all back together. Now what I'm going to do in the future is just get someone to help me, and we'll just lift it up, carry it outside. I set it on the grass there, spray it down real good. Oh, remove the birds first. Put them in these little Plano brooder boxes I have that fit together, so I can just put the birds in there real easy. By the way, that's a good time when you're cleaning them, because you're kind of getting rid of smells, changing some things up, and some confusion with the birds. If you need to add a injured bird or something back into the flock, or a new one, whenever you're changing things, that's a good time. These ones on the middle here that we had added this cage, they were in my back one, and they actually came from 2 cages, so I took that as an opportunity to put them together. So I would say about once a month. In Verna's chat this morning, she was saying she cleans hers out about every 2 months or so. She does hers inside her house there, her apartment there. Everyone does it different. You could check out Zach over at My Shire Farms. He does a weekly question and answer, and he shows a lot. And actually on theirs is more industrial scale, but they have conveyor belt type things that get rid of their waste. So every 2 months for me. Thank you, Verna. Yep, she's awesome. You check out her channels. That's a good question there. It's not difficult at all. It only takes a few minutes. You'll see that in my video later today, and I think it took us, including adding the middle stage, about 30 minutes. So not bad at all. Great question. Okay, so once again, this medical kit may get used, may not. It's not here for stitching up birds or doing anything major with my quail. That's really going to be calling. This is here for basic needs and in case I run into some things. So it's just gathered here. So first I have this Plano box. I got the small one. It's made for shotgun shells, but we're using it for something different, obviously. So small little box here. First thing I have right on top is just a towel. And hanging on to the birds sometimes can be difficult. It can also be very stressful for them, and especially if they have a problem. So a good clean towel is nice to be able to wrap them and hold them in. So that's right up top of my box if I have any issues. You'll see over here the spa from last week. So with cleaning their feet, I'm going to put some shop towels in there, and that's another part of the kit. But I've included my little portion cup or shot glass, I guess, in case I have baby chicks with the spraddle leg out to the side, so I can try and work on it with that. I have some popsicle sticks or small tongue depressors in case I did need to brace a wing or leg by chance if it was a special bird. Also, my thought was I can cut these off and use them to tape to baby quail's feet. I wanted to find some of those little round wood pieces from Hobby Lobby or something. I may include that in case the birds get curled toe. I've included some of just the vet tape, or the self-adhesive tape basically in here. This can be used to wrap the bird's feet to things. If you're cleaning bumblefoot or stuff, I have these little gauze pads, so you could put this around a foot and wrap it if you were going to be doing that. So with that, I've also included in here some just adhesive medical tape. So that's in here as well. And we'll put these out here. In here I have some razor blades. Now you can use a scalpel or get something a little more sanitary, I just have some cheap razor blades in case you're treating bumblefoot or other issues. You may need something like that. Oh, hey, look, it looks like Verna's in here. Hey, Verna. But you want to clean the trays at the very least every week. Yeah, so I do clean the food thing and the water trays out. I kind of wipe those out in here every week. Definitely. And the Carolina Kind Family Homestead. Good to see you. Welcome. J. Mary, last one. Hey, welcome. Good to see you. Almost missed it. Hello. Well, welcome everyone in here. Anyway, so I have some razor blades. I'll probably change that for a scalpel later. In here I have some antiseptic towelettes. And so I just put these in here that I could clean a foot or something up with, or me, if I'm dealing with the birds. There's 2 items I forgot to put in here that are sitting on my desk, but I'll go over those in a minute. I do have a nice little pair of sharp scissors, and these are just some of my grooming scissors that I'm going to be donating to this kit because they're pointed and really sharp. And so if you need to cut something, there we go. I have some gloves in a baggie. I've also included in here some antiseptic spray, non-medicated, that if I need to spray on something on the bird. I also put in just some alcohol to clean razor blades or any of the instruments and sterilize, as well as hydrogen peroxide just to clean up anything that I may need to do. The 2 things I haven't included in, or don't have in here right now, but I have in here, is a pair of tweezers, and so you need a good pair of tweezers in here. And then actually from CDB I got some quick stop, or some it's inside. I would go grab it, but I'm just going to tell you. So it's a little bottle of powder that you can put on the wings or toes or things like that to help stop the bleeding. And so that's a non-medicated quick stop, and so that goes in this box as well. And so there's just a few of my things. Feel free to leave in comments or chat anything else you would add. And this I can put in the box and put up in the shelf here in the Quail Shack, and that will just have some items there in case I run into a problem. And oh, there we go, CDB. She said that the septic powder, septic powder. I'm saying that wrong, I'm sure. If chickens or quail are free range, do they still get bumblefoot? Good question. I don't know. I don't have free range ones. I would think probably so, because bumblefoot could be caused by a splinter or a thorn or a foreign object getting into their foot and then that abscessing. So basically what bumblefoot is like if you were to get a splinter in your hand and that, you know, really swelled up and kind of got infected and nasty and you didn't take care of it, that's pretty much what bumblefoot kind of is. So I'm assuming if they're free ranging, they could get that still if they injured themselves. If they're in a free-range-ish area and you're not moving the tractor too much or different things like that, and their waste builds up and they can get that in there from that. Let's see. Oh, okay, here we go. Verna Young says, sprayed legs, you can also hobble the chick for a few days so that the splayed leg is forced to stay under it. Okay. You can hobble the chick for a few days. I'm not sure exactly what you mean. I'm assuming pull them together and maybe put some tape around it. Birds have very little blood and can die with even small blood loss, CDB is saying. Oh, that's good to know, yeah. I know when I call them, yeah, they don't have a lot of blood. Jesus Loving Homesteader. I'll be contacting you if I ever need quail advice, that's for sure. Hey, you know, that's great, man. I'd love to talk to you. I may not have the best advice, but I most certainly would love to give it to you, even if it's just to chat or if I can help out in any way. Grafted Branch Homestead at gmail.com. You can get a hold of me there. That's a good way. Me and my wife are going to be getting a P.O. box soon, so we can get a hold of me that way as well. Let's say J. Mary, last one. Septic powder. Septic pencil. What men used long ago to stop shaving nicks from bleeding. Really? Man, I learned so much here. I really do. You guys are awesome. So I haven't shaved in a little while, obviously. That's great to know. That would actually something I really should probably put in my medical kits, you know, around the house as well.
So let's see. Verna Young, J. Mary, last one. They get it okay, so they can get it if they're in an aviary, but rarely. You can't let quail free range as they are on the bottom of the prey list. Everything eats quail. Yeah, so you can't truly free range them. I mean, anything's going to pick them up. Yeah, you might be able to do like some kind of quail tractor or something, I'm assuming, but I'm going to scoot this a little closer and lower it so it doesn't look like I'm just staring at my computer. And so I don't have a whole lot to say. I have a few updates as, let me see, I'll go over a couple updates before we really just get into chat and enjoy a little bit of fellowship for this. Let's see, so next week there is no live stream. Well, let me back up. Tomorrow at 10 a.m. we have Garden Chat with Matt and Garden Tea with Casey. So that's at 10 a.m. We're going to go over some garden stuff, some fall stuff, and some tea. Next week we don't have a live stream either Saturday night or Sunday. That's kind of in preparation and observance of getting ready for the Feast of Trumpets there, or for, for Rosh Hashanah. And so, whoo! He's jumping around. So there's going to be no live for that. We will have lives again that last week in September and the first week in October. October has a whole lot going on. I know there's the Day of Atonement and Sukkot, and I'm off that week, so there's going to be some camping and things going on there. As well as we have here in New Mexico, we have the International Balloon Fiesta, which is awesome. So hopefully we'll have some video from that. We have, let's see, my oldest son he's on his high school soccer team, does a fantastic job. He's also in band, so he goes to, the football games and does those things. So we have been extremely busy with that, his first year in high school. Let's see. Verna Young, if you can't find Quick Stop, you can go to the spice section of the grocery store and get a bottle of alum. That is what septic powder is. Oh man, CDB, I know you take some screenshots of the chat sometimes because I haven't figured out how to get the replay really going, but yeah, take that if you can, because I'm all about growing. I'll probably try and grow it, but I'll get some as well. Good to know. J. Mary, last one. I have a dog that is prey. I have a dog that is prey. LOL. It's a local copper hawk that visits your yard, and so your little dog's never out alone. A rat terrier mix. Oh man, yeah, we have some small dogs, and actually I've been noticing hawks sitting out here in our yard too. So we want to get a big dog, but we're gonna wait till we have land probably and can do a guardian dog. But let's see, where was I? Anyways, I need to get some of that stuff. But so yeah, October's gonna be packed. So what we're going to try and stay on schedule with the live streams as much as possible, but more than likely October is going to, and the end of this month, are going to hold some sporadic videos, some kind of spontaneous live streams. I hope to get a lot of more actual videos out. You'll probably see some live streams on my spiritual side of things, gearing towards my daily BDU channel, as well as hopefully some videos coming out on that throughout the, especially October, with so much going on there with that. And so look forward to that. I will do some live streams on Grafted Branch channel, just because I don't want to, not looking to separate the two, but I'll title it that, so those that aren't interested don't have to check those out. But if you are, I do encourage it, mainly because my new channel won't have live stream yet until I'm able to get 100 people there. So J. Mary, I have hawks as well as roadrunners that hang out near your patio and watch your parrots. CDB. Oh man. Yeah, speaking of hawks, actually, New Mexico, if you're planning on raising quail, sometimes you can sell the eggs and different parts of the birds, or the birds. I have had a lot of falconeers, I guess, and people with hawks and animals like that trying to get a hold of me to get some of the birds, and that's something I really want to do and have been trying to do. I'm just not quite there yet. I'm extremely busy with working full-time, having the 2 kids that are very active, and then working that urban homestead. Life's just extremely busy, so someday I'd like to get to being able to supply some of the falconeers and stuff as well. So yeah, Oh my, I have a love-hate relationship with birds of prey in your area. You have not seen a roadrunner in so many years. Oh no, we have so many roadrunners around here. I really like them. They're a cool bird. We do have a lot of hawks and stuff out here. So I'm out on the high desert, on the mesa. So I'm up high on the mesa at about almost 5,500 feet elevation. So we do have a lot of hawks out here. The biggest predator out here is the neighborhood cats on the urban homestead. So you never met a bird you don't like. Yeah, CDB has she has parrot. Excuse me. She has some parrots, I know, and she has some little lovebirds that just fly around, and she's got some neat birds there. And you had your new little bird. I guess it's been a few weeks now. Time goes fast, but hopefully your new little bird's doing good there. Well, let's see. So the talk today was on just building your basic medical kit. A little bit of catch up here on the urban homestead and what's been going on, as well as, I guess, showing the new quail cage. Watch for that video tomorrow, giving some updates on some changes with the live stream or some things going on. So I'm going to hang on here we've been on for about 30 minutes. I'm going to hang on for another little bit. I am going to open up the end of this stream here, I guess, to any questions you have or comments. It doesn't have to be about quail, whatever anyone wants to talk about. I'm willing to answer any questions I can or talk about anything you like, anything going on. We'll just do that for about 15 minutes and then we'll hop off for tonight until tomorrow. Let's see. CDB, is this your channel name? Oh, J. Mary Laston, CDB is asking if that's your channel name. I'm going to see if I can do something here. Let's see. Let me open up YouTube. And let's see. And we got 8 people in here still. I didn't have a whole lot planned for this week. Verna Young. Oh, good. More. Alum is aluminum potassium sulfate. This is the type of alum that you find in the grocery store for pickling and in baking powder. Man, Verna Young, I learned a lot from you. I really do. I enjoy your channel. You're a smart person there, and I do appreciate all of that. So this type of stuff really does interest me, and I'll be looking into that more. J. Mary Lastone said okay. CDB, I don't have a channel, just moderate this one. Yeah, you do an excellent job. You should consider possibly doing a channel on your birds or there. Let's see. Okay, back to what I was doing. I get distracted, man. Squirrel. All right, let's see. So today we're trying to look for something here. The Carolina Kind Family Homestead says alum. I use it for stropping knives. Did I say that right? Is it sharpening knives? How do you use it for sharpening knives? That's something I'm curious about. I'm assuming you said sharpening knives. There's a lot of stuff I don't know. So I'm I guess grew up pretty much just a city boy, not doing any of this stuff. So I'm hopping into a lot of uncharted territory with all this. But you know, I'm here on the urban homestead. We have a small little bit of land, just pushing it to its max, and learning a lot of skills. And so this is my version of doing the things of practicing skills now, so I can be a good steward and hopefully have a head start on stuff later. But let's see. Verna Young, I used to have parakeets, then I got a macaw. Now it is the quail. Oh, that's cool. Let's see. Hey, I'm going to throw this out there. Maybe someone can answer, maybe not. Maybe in the comments later. I don't think I have the chat replay in my videos when it replays. Does anyone know how to get it to do that? Okay, let's see. What do we got here? Getting a little behind. Hey, that's a good thing. That's a first. The Carolina Kind Family Homestead. See, I need to get StreamYard too, so I can put your comments on the screen. Let's see. I don't know if Psych86 is in here. If you're still in here, you live real close. I'm gonna have you come over one of these streams I do, and have me have you help me with some of this technical stuff. J Mary, last one. City Slicker, LOL. It is a good life. You know, I just want to go to the country. That's what I want. The more and more I deal with the animals and the hard work and the chores and the garden and all that, I fall more in love with it. It's brought nothing but good things. You know, God created man and then put him in a garden to take care of it, and that's, you know, I love it. Sight can set me up good. Yeah, he's real good with all that. Oh, you got it. Cool. He said yes. Awesome. Matt, how much land do you have? Verna's saying. So we sit on just under a 1/4 acre plot here. So we are extremely blessed. But we're on just under a 1/4 acre plot. I'm trying to push it to the max with the chickens, the quail. We're going to be adding hopefully tilapia tanks, the rabbit, and we have two different garden areas. We're going to be adding a third, hopefully a small root cellar or something like that. So not a whole lot of land. Here where we're at, because we are very urban, security is my biggest issue, I guess. And then, of course, we want more land. So that's what we're working towards. We want to do it the right way. So we're trying to learn the skills now, prepare ourselves now a little bit, and then go about it the right way. But Verna Young, I found it a good home, CDB, because of problems with your old house. Oh, Vernon, oh, you're talking about the macaw. Okay. So something kind of funny, I guess. I never used to be a huge animal person, I guess, but really especially a bird person. I didn't really like them. I just thought they were kind of messy, and I didn't see the big thing with them. I know my mom's were kind of neat, and I liked seeing them, but you know, now we got the chickens here, and I kind of fell in love with them. They're awesome birds. They really have so much personality, and then the quail too. And God's funny. I never thought I'd be a bird person, but you know, here I am. So, J Mary last one says amen. Hey, I know J Mary last one, you had some questions too, some kind of ones last time. Feel free to ask any of those if you'd like as well. But Syke says, press the edit button at the top right. Click on customization tab, check live chat replay, and then press save. Okay. I think I'll have to do that later, otherwise I'm going to mess up my stream. Hopefully I can do that. Thank you. Yeah, I am horrible. So the fact that I'm here on YouTube, sitting here doing a Quail Shack chat is really funny. I've always loved buildings, so the fact I'm in this building is not funny, but I'm horrible with technology. I can't operate my phone hardly, so the fact that I'm sitting here running a YouTube channel I think is amazing. Like I said, I never thought I'd have the birds and be doing these things, but you know, I love it. And I love the chores. I love the discipline of it. I love the really good things it does for my life, as well as the blessing it brings my family. Let's see. You good, one bird. You want one. You want more birds. Oh, the Carolina Kind Family Homestead. Yes, do that on YouTube Studio. Oh, okay, so I'm going to need to go into YouTube Studio. So I don't go into the studio a lot. I probably should. I don't look at my analytics. I don't really look at my subscribers or things. I was looking at it for a minute there while I was trying to get to 500 so I could do community tab. I guess when I get to close to 1,000 I'll be looking at it, because I have a book coming out just on some basic quail things and stuff. I'm still working on that as I have time. I had some shirts that I was going to have someone make for me that fell through, some Grafted Branch Homestead ones. They're really expensive to get, but I have some things in the works. So what I'm thinking is when I hit 1,000, just to say thank you, because I think it's neat, I'm going to get some shirts, and I'm going to do some giveaways. I want to do shirts as well as a little care package with seeds and maybe some quail things, kind of gift package. And so I'll probably do, I don't know, 5 to 10 of those and give those away in a live stream. When you hit 1,000, I guess you get monetized. I kind of think it'd be neat to use that money to do some things, to get a P.O. box, to do some seed giveaways and some other item giveaways. I think that would be neat to do with that. I don't talk a whole lot, I guess, because I lose my voice on these. I'm not a big talker. All right, let's see. I'm getting ready for the feast days. Ah, yes. I'll catch one of your other live streams and we can chat about it then. Yep, Yom Kippur is coming up. In my apartment, I'm raising quail and koi. You've said the koi before. What is koi? I'm not sure what that is. I'm Googling that. Oh! Hey, that's really cool. Okay. Very cool. Hey, I'm going to have to... So, Verna does a live stream here on Saturday mornings, and I'm going to have to hop in one of your live streams there and ask you about the koi. Yeah. Very cool. Interesting. Still got a couple people in here. So yeah, we'll do one of those other live ones, and some of the other stuff there. Sorry I'm so fidgety. I know that could probably be annoying, but we'll hang out here for another 8 minutes or so and just kind of chat. There we go. So I know my son, my oldest son, I had mentioned a little bit earlier there, he's been playing soccer, so we've been going to a lot of those games, and that's been a lot of fun. I swam in school, but I wasn't big into other sports, really. I was more into shop and things like that, and so it's really cool watching him, and he's good at what he does. He plays the trumpet as well in band, and so that's really cool. And so every year we get him to teach us to play the shofar as well, so that's awesome. And then my youngest son, you guys watch, if you've probably seen on some of my garden chats, he's got a musical talent as well, and we're going to be practicing learning guitar. That's actually something I'm going to be doing too. I'm going to be adding something else to my list of stuff I'm doing, and we're going to be learning guitar, so that's awesome. Verna Young says, well, Matt, you do have 591 subscribers. I do. Let's see, do I? I do. I'm at 591. That is funny. So for those of you who have been here with me for a long time, when I hit 50, I thought I was blown away. I never thought that many people wanted to listen to things I'd have to say. And not an expert in things, and not very, I guess, skilled or schooled, so I didn't know who would listen to me, but that's cool. Carolina Kind Family Homestead said, I called all the quail, but we'll get more soon. And you have a few ducks. Okay. You're going to harvest in 6 weeks and have egg-laying chickens yourself. Hey, that's awesome. Carolina Kind Family Homestead. I don't know if I'm not sure I've checked out your channel. I may have. Do you have a channel? Do you put it there? If so, I will check you out. But that is cool. So, yeah, I'm going to be calling some more of the quail. We're going to be getting some more. I want to put some of my own eggs in. I think what I'm going to do actually is hit up Whiskey Tango Farms. If you haven't seen their channel, go check them out. But I think I'm going to hit them up and try and get some Celadon eggs, which are it's a genetic trait in some of the quail, I guess, that they lay blue eggs. So I want to do some of that just to kind of make it interesting, I guess. And so I'm hoping to get some celadon eggs from them, and I'll put those in the incubator at the same time as some of mine. And then we're going to be redoing my flocks here before winter hits. Cole is livestock guinea pigs. Yeah, I read that. I looked that up really quick. So that's really interesting. I'm going to set that down so I'm not fidgeting. But that's really cool. Yeah. So we want to actually get some rabbits here. We were looking at them at the state fair, but haven't gotten one yet because I want to do it properly and build the cages first. So we want to do rabbits. We don't eat rabbits here, but we want to do them for their compost, and then for raw dog food and things like that. So I'm excited for that. We also want to start tilapia. I don't know if I'll be able to get to that this winter. So one of the problems I have, as well as with my builds, a lot of the wood I have was twisted wood, reclaimed wood. A lot of it I bought, but it's small, kind of mismatched pieces. None of it's the same. That's just an example of it. So that's what I'm showing you up there. They're small pieces. I have a Kia Soul that I drive. I actually bought a hitch for, so I'll maybe be putting that on there and hopefully get a small little trailer. But everything I move into the backyard here, onto the urban homestead, I have to do in that car. And so the size of things is important there, so I have to do it all in small pieces. And so getting those IBC tanks, I'm going to have them delivered or something like that. Verna Young, 20 minutes, then you make it an hour. Yeah. Thanks, Verna. Maybe I'll stay on for the hour. We'll see. I really enjoy these. I do. J. Mary, last one. Speaking of dogs, I have a needy one, the rat terrier, and you gotta go. Nice chat tonight. See you later. Hey, thanks for joining so much. I really appreciate it. And stay tuned to my community chat, because I'll post everything I'm doing over there. But yeah, really interested in talking to you more about all kinds of things. So you have a good evening, and people are saying have a good evening. For anyone that is interested and wants to stay, I think I'll take Verna's advice, and I will try and make it the hour here before we hop off. Hey, Psych86, they taste better. Oh, how are livestock guinea pigs different than pets? And Psych says they taste better. I guess it'd be like the quail, whether they're pets or not, huh? Some people say don't name your animals. A lot of people say that and stuff because, you know, if they're not pets, they're livestock or things like that. I actually treat the birds, the quail, the chickens and everything as pets, even though I call them and eat them and do those things. I don't know. I think it's the most humane way, or give them a good life. I enjoy them, and so why not? CDB says love guinea pigs. Psych is laughing. Yeah. That's pretty funny. That's really actually cool. I'm going to research that, Verna. I am, because I'm really interested in that. You know, all things, I guess, self-sustainable or self-reliant, community-reliant, things I can do here that I don't have to rely on the system as much, I'm interested in. So I've learned a lot of stuff about alum and about koi and about a lot of stuff, so... it is a throwback gene, Matt. They make the eggs blue. Oh, okay, the celadon eggs, yeah. So I am going to get some celadon. So I think I'm going to hit up Whiskey Tango Farms next payday here and probably get some of those eggs shipped to me if they can. I know they also make some 3D printed, so Brandon over there at Whiskey Tango Farms, I know does a lot with 3D printers. I don't know if he's made a lot of videos on that. I've asked him to because it's something I'm interested in, but I can find YouTube videos. So Site got me a 3D printer. I haven't done a whole lot with, mainly just because my time and then my technological experience and whatnot. So I have a small XY printer, 3D printer, that I am determined to get up and going this winter. He's actually given me some other camera gear too that I've used in a lot of my videos and stuff. You've seen and haven't seen probably. And so thank you so much for that. That's extreme help. I know I can use that camera for my live streams as well. And so it's something I think what I'm going to do is some kind of random spontaneous lives that are just going to be me testing or trying some stuff out. So you may see some of those, but I'm going to get some of that working. I think I'm just going to have you oversight to show me that and to show me some of the computer stuff. Verna Young, you don't have room for rabbits. Yep. So you decided on koi. You know, you gotta make work. You gotta do with the space and with what you have. You gotta make it work. And the fact that you are finding things that work for you and your situation, and you're still developing those skills, and you're not letting different limitations stop you, I think is amazing. And so, you know, we're here on the Urban Homestead, and we do a whole lot more here than I think a lot of people think we can. And so I don't want to let those limitations stop me ever. So you're awesome. That is cool. CDB, Verna says, I don't give them a name. If I did, I would name them after food. So our chickens' names, the new ones actually are Parmesan, Spicy. Oh, what are their other names? Teriyaki. Yeah, most of them are named after food. Anyways, and this might be kind of morbid, and I've said it before. I don't know, but anyways, my family, they'll cook a chicken or something, and they kind of we'll sit down to dinner and they'll be like, oh, this was Peter or whatever, and they think that's funny. I kind of think it's funny too. I know that's very morbid, but Betty. So our birds, I don't know their specific names. All the Orpington Buffs are named Betty. The Silky is Nikki, and then the Rhode Island Reds are, depending on who I'm looking at and what name I want to say at the time, Spicy, Teriyaki, Parmesan, and one other. Anyways, I don't really know them particularly, but the Carolina Kind Family Homestead. I have 1.33 acres. Awesome. You're trying to get acres, trying to get it back going after battling the big C for 3 years now. You're getting your strength back. That is awesome. And in remission, thank God. Yeah, thank God. Praise the Lord. I'm glad you're getting better. That is awesome. Man, it is taking some people out, I know for sure. We battled it a little bit here and just kind of wiping energy out. But you know what? I'm going to start praying for you. We'll add you in our weekly prayers if you would like, if that's okay with you. And just that you get that going again. 1.33 acres is awesome. So yeah, we've been looking at, you know, of course I'd like as much land as possible, more, you know, but an acre would be great, 2 acres would be great. There's a lot I can do on that, whatever the Lord brings. You know, we'd like as much land as possible. I'd like to be able to possibly even help others or house some people or something, but let's see. Not the C19, the big C. Oh man, I'm really sorry. Yeah, we're gonna be praying for you. So our family has experienced that recently. Actually, we've had a very, very, very close family member pass away, had a battle with that, and I don't want to get into it too much, but it came on pretty quick, and that was really sad. Sorry, I'm kind of fiddling and scratching so much. I do that a lot, and I do apologize. But yeah, so we've experienced that recently, and I'm so sorry. We will be praying for you. I'm glad you're in remission, and I'm glad you're getting better, but it is a hard thing. We have experienced that most certainly here recently. And so let's see. Everyone's saying, yeah, glad you beat it. Yeah. Yeah, I'm so glad you're in remission and you beat it. That is awesome. I am going to keep you in our prayers, though, constantly. So as long, you know, hopefully. That is a tough one. Gossmania Homestead, hey, good to see you. So you're hopping in here at the very end of the live stream. We got about 10 minutes left, but it's good to see you. You're here from South Mississippi. Awesome. So a lot of I guess there's a lot of homesteaders down in the South, so a lot of the homesteaders we watch and videos are from down there. I know, was it
Deep South Homestead and whatnot, I believe, are down in Mississippi, so we watch them. You're waiting to get some Coturnix quail soon. That's awesome. I highly suggest them. I think they're easy to take care of. You can really go from egg to either them laying eggs possibly, or table in 8 to 10 weeks or so. So they are awesome. They're probably something I'll always keep. Yes, you're 30 minutes from them. Wow, that's really cool. They're good friends of yours. Wow, I think that is awesome. Where are you getting your eggs from? Berna's asking. Well, I think that's really cool. You're good friends with them. And I think that's awesome. You're on my channel here, and I get to talk to you. We certainly, I don't know if we'll always be in New Mexico or if we'll end up in some other areas. The South is definitely areas I'm looking at. So a lot of the plants I got, the seeds I got and stuff come from the Missouri, Arkansas type area, and I'm trying to grow those here and do some different things so I can learn. But I know Deep South Homestead's a channel that I watch all the time. That guy him and his wife are on it. If anyone hasn't watched them, I highly suggest it. I know they do everything from homesteading stuff to some spiritual biblical stuff, current events, and I think he's very wise, him and his wife. So Danny and Wanda are great people. Yeah, I give them a shout out. I don't know if Gossmania Homestead, I don't know if you have a channel. If you do, let me know and I'll check you out for sure. Thanks for joining here. So we're kind of at the end. If you have any questions about the quail, I can answer them. Otherwise, I do have quite a few live streams and videos up with them. Today we put together just a basic little first aid kit for some things you may encounter with the quail. This is kind of the closure or fifth part of my little series on quail problems that you may encounter being a quail beginner. So you might want to go back and check some of those out. They're kind of interesting. Yes, you do. Oh, okay. It's the one you're commenting on. All right, so let me see here. Gossmania Homestead. A bug or something fell and hit me. We got some flies around. The quail may have just flicked some food out at me. I don't know. There's nature out here. Okay, let's see. So I am searching Google, and there we go. Okay, I found you, and I am subscribing, and I'm gonna try and drop your link. Let's see. Let's see how fancy I can get. Technologically savvy. Look at me dropping the link. Oh, okay. So Gossman at Home said you love the cages, and you're looking for something like those. So yeah. So what I did was I actually started off building this cage back here, and I can show that more. You'll see it in some of my videos. This is actually the back side of it. And so this was a design I built based off of Slightly Rednecked and Chris over there. I actually love this design. The closed parts you see on the ends are indoor parts that you can get to with sand baths, and then outdoor parts. So I really, really like this cage. It is heavy, big, and cumbersome though. And so there's some things, I'm going to be splitting it in half, using half for a rabbit hutch, half for a grow out. But I did want to buy some commercial ones as well. So I decided to go with these. These are Wynola Ranch. I bought a 2-tier and then ended up later buying a 3rd tier. And they are really good. So it's going to take a month or two to get the product. They are made in America, which is awesome. And they are high quality. That's why it takes a while. So make sure you give it some time. They're not the cheapest, but they are well worth it. I like that they're all metal like this because you can spray them down and clean them real well. They all come apart and they're sectional. The water troughs sit on the back, and that will be, I'm going to be showing those a little bit better in the build when I put this video. I have a video when I put this cage together, and that'll probably be released tomorrow. But so anyways, it's 3-tier now. They're a good company to go with. I asked them if they can send me one that would go in the middle here, and so they did that custom, as well as including the water covers as a free gift. So Wynola Ranch is good. There's also some other cages like Hatching Time, I know, and some others. I don't have those. I did want to get this Wynola one because it's quick and easy to clean. It's very light. It's something I can move, so when I do get land, I can take it there.
It's stackable and kind of out of the way for the quail shack, so I really like this, as well as it has the egg rollouts. So if I'm collecting the eggs, this is easy for the family to help me with putting their food in the trays and then collecting the eggs. So for the family to help me, that's real easy. There's a 5-gallon bucket up top there that feeds it with water, so I don't have to do that all the time. So this cage is great. I've learned a lot from this cage and the one I built, and I'm actually building a IKEA kind of style version 2 of a cage, and I'm including a lot of the things I like in here. There are some things I do not like, so sorry for the cars. So I'm including some of that, and so that build will be out eventually, and it's something I hope to be selling on Etsy. But anyways, hopefully I answered that a little bit. Okay, let's see. Verna said you can get the cages Wynola Ranch, Gossmania. I haven't posted a video in a while. We have been dealing with home repairs, and you're working on a video now. No, that's cool. That's awesome. So I have a lot coming up. My videos are here and there. A lot of YouTubers are that way, and you know, of course, there's things that go on in the family. So home repairs, I have some of those that I need to be doing, and I've been thinking about including them in the video. I actually replaced a toilet last year and had to learn how to do that, and so I have all the footage on that. I might release that video. And we had to cut down the cast iron pipe and put a new flange in and do a universal one and some tricky things. So the video might be interesting to some. There's some other household repairs I have going on. So I've been getting a lot of nails in my tires for whatever reason. And that just made me think, with part of being wanting to do things myself, for myself a little bit more, rely on things I can do and skills, I found a video from Slightly Rednecked as well, actually, and Chris does his tire repair video. And so you can get a tire repair kit for fairly cheap, and it's an extremely easy thing to do yourself. And so I didn't do that video because it was the first one I did, but the next nail I get, I'm going to come out and do that video, how to repair that. And my thought is, if I am on land and I need to repair a tractor tire or ATV tire or car or something like that, and I'm out on the pasture or somewhere, as well as here on the urban homestead, that's something I can do. So I did that, got that skill under my belt. The next one I get, I'm going to include you guys in a video. So I want to do more DIYs and kind of videos like that as well. So I encourage you, after you get some home repairs, maybe show some of that. Let's see. People are saying thanks. Matt, what all animals do you have? We have the quail. I have 9 chickens. We have the dogs. I raise mealworms. That's not really an animal. Let's see. Excuse me. And that's all for right now, I guess. We want to include rabbits and tilapia, but really right now just the only livestock animals is the quail and the chickens. There's not a whole lot we can do in the urban homestead. Of course, going to the state fair, we wanted to come home with rabbits or a goat. We want ducks. We want goats, we want Highland cattle and all that, but we can't do a whole lot of that where we're at. 2 dogs, yep, we got 2 dogs. Oh, can't wait to see that build. All our coops too. Yes, I built the cage for the quail, the one I just showed. I built the chicken coop. I built the quail shack we're in here now. The shack back there, as well as kind of the shack for the chickens. Join me tomorrow if you want, or check the replay for the garden chat video, and I'll show I kind of have a whole little poultry village here. So when the bird flu thing went around is when I started enclosing everything really, but it's been great keeping cats away. I can control stuff a little bit more. So I got a poultry village. I love building. I love growing and building things, so by no means am I a professional. I'm more of just a handyman. But I put in the solar system. So my quail shack, and the whole chicken area is all solar. I wanted to learn about solar systems. I want to go off grid someday. That's the ultimate goal. We are not there with the house, although I do want to take freezers and things onto solar. One thing I could do is we don't have a main electrical outlet here in the backyard, and I was considering getting one installed, but instead I'm just taking everything solar and practicing off-grid, building some skills out here in the quail shack and the chicken coop area, as well as tilapia or different things we're going to do. So I have a solar system I built for the chicken area that opens and closes the door, turns on a water pump and solenoid to give them water every day from the rain collection system, as well as all the lights. All the lights in here are on solar. This is a separate solar system. I do a lot of builds, DIYs. That's what I like to do. So let's see. Verna Young, he also sells stackable brooders. Oh, Dale's Quail, yeah, wooden. Okay, so Dale's Quail, I've checked him out a little bit. I don't own some of his things. He sells some brooders. So I actually built a brooder box for my 60 quail. And it's really beautiful. It's kind of an artwork piece, I think. I have a video on that, but I built that. I just built another little brooder, kind of inspired by Dale's Quails. And so check him out. He sells those. And he has a really good channel and some really good ones too. So if you're interested in some things, check him out. You can get those. Gossmania Homestead. We have tons of chickens. A turkey, I'd like to do that. 2 Dexter cows, those are what we want. 2 male rabbits, yeah, we'd like to get those. And your daughters and I raise basset hounds. Hey, that's really cool. So that's awesome. I'm gonna have to get on and check out your videos because we want to do some of that. CDB saying my brooders are amazing. I had some interest in selling those too, but it's just finding the time to build everything and with everything going on. Okay, so Verna Young saying you also have freeze dryer, Matt, so nothing gets wasted from the quail. Yes, Verna, those freeze dryers are awesome. And so my wife's been actually warming up to them a little bit more, as almost all the homesteader and prepper channels and things that we watch, a lot of the homesteaders and stuff, have all been talking about it. Nothing gets wasted. It's something we want to do. They're a bit pricey, so we're going to have to put one on layaway. But it is something we want to do. I've been wanting to get one, Verna Young. Gossmania is saying, yeah, they want to get one of those as well. And the freeze dryers are awesome. They are so cool. I really think we would put it to use with as much vegetables and stuff. So this year we've been doing a lot of canning. We've learned how to do that. Off our grapevines this year we got about 16, 17 pounds of Concord grapes. We also got muscadine grapes. So we made grape jelly for the first time. So we've been jellying things, we've been canning things, putting a lot of stuff in Mylar bags. We dry, our dryers run constantly, so I would love to freeze dry though. I've been waiting to get one, Gossmania says. Yep, Verna Young, no wasting those extra eggs. Powdered eggs are good and freshly laid. That is awesome. And I want to use it for eggs. I have done some just dehydrated eggs, powdered, and they're great. Those work well. Our quail eggs, some do get wasted now. I think a freeze dryer would help that. I sell quite a bit, so that's actually put us in the black or on a positive in our expenses with quail feed and whatnot. We give a lot to the boys. They eat them up for sure. So quail eggs are awesome. We have jumbo here in the bottom and then regular in these other top two. If you have chicken sensitivities or allergies, quail eggs. So I think they're a whole lot more nutritious for you too. They're cool looking. Chickens, their laying comes and goes throughout the year. For whatever reason, a lot of people's chickens are kind of waning off on laying right now. Ours did last month and now it picked up again. But as long as I keep the quail in 14 hours of light and I have them here in the shack, I can keep them producing all year. That is my goal, and then just to change out the flocks every year and a half or so. So we always have quail eggs. They are great, and I definitely want to get a freeze dryer someday. As soon as we can afford it, put one on layaway there. So Verna's got a great channel. If you guys haven't checked her out, check her out. I'm not sure if you've done a video just on the freeze dryer. Maybe you can let us know, but I'll have to check it out. Gossmania is saying, do you harvest your quail for your family for food? Yeah, we do. We call the quail. They taste good. I think they're kind of taste like a cross between turkey and chicken. If you're going to eat them without a whole lot of vegetables, or you want a good amount of meat, you'd probably want about 2 birds a piece. But yeah, we call them, we put them in the freezer. They're delicious. They are for meat as well as for eggs. The ones in these cages I'm going to use primarily for eggs, as well as throwing a male in there to fertilize so I can perpetuate. Another reason I keep quail is the chickens. I can have a rooster here on the urban homestead, but if I do that, I'm going to draw a lot of unwanted attention from the neighbors, and I really don't want to do that. And so I don't have a rooster for the chickens. So I do need to be supplying myself with chicken eggs if I'm eating the chickens or when they stop laying, to keep them sustainable. So that was actually the main reason I started looking at quail. I can have quail roosters. There's actually 3, 4, 5 of them right now around me, and they're not making a ton of noise. They're pretty quiet, and so I can have their eggs. There's a rooster in his top one, so these are more than likely fertile. And so I actually had just done an experiment. You can check out my videos where I took 4 eggs out of these trays, put them under a broody chicken, and they did hatch out. Unfortunately, I also learned a valuable lesson, and that is if the birds, they're not their eggs and they don't recognize them when they hatch, the chicken's probably gonna freak out and eat the babies. But they did hatch. So coming up here, we'll be putting the eggs and the celadons and the ones we have in the incubator and doing some more of those videos. So we do eat them, yes. They're my Exodus quail. Verna Young. I do. Gossmania Homestead also. FD the quail heads for dog treats. Yeah, you were saying you have dehydrated the quail heads for dog treats. That's a great, yeah, so I've been throwing the quail heads away, but definitely one of my goals is to waste less and use every part. And so I think I'm going to be doing that if we get one. Something I'd wanted to mention, Arizona Highland Homestead, Nick over there had asked a question last time about the quail bone splintering. So in the last chat, we had talked about quail feet and some of the problems, and that I was drying the quail feet because I wanted to use them for dog treats. I had seen that. So I had asked Verna in her chat this morning about splintering, and what she had said was they don't really have a problem with that. I do suggest you watch your animals when you give them to them. If they're just huffing them down, there might be a problem. She said her dog chews on them more. One thing she did point out, though, was once you cook the legs, if you were to boil them or cook them or something, they're more prone to splintering. If you're giving them to them raw or something like that, they don't splinter as much. So I had talked about when we talked about eggs, that quail eggs, if they're treated right, really don't carry salmonella. So that's something to point out. Oh, hey, this isn't related to quail at all, but it's a tip I saw another YouTuber give, and actually a problem we've been having, so I just wanted to mention. My voice is going, sorry. Another YouTuber had said to put surge protectors on your fridges and freezers and large appliances like that, and that electrician had told her that if you're having power go off or different problems, that can shorten the life on your freezers and fridges quite a bit. I never thought of putting a surge protector on those, but it's something I'm going to be doing. Recently here, I don't know just if it's been everyone running their ACs or whatnot, but we've noticed, around 12 or 1 o'clock in the day, our power has been going out. Not for long periods of times. I think it was just for a few minutes today. Sometimes it's a little bit longer. But with those surges in electricity, I thought it was a good idea to put surge protectors on those. So I'm going to be doing that. But that's a tip I wanted to throw out. Let's see. Great information. Verna Young, canning only lasts 2 years at most. Freeze drying can last up to 25. Yeah, that's why I want to freeze dry. It lasts a lot longer. So great point. Verna, I don't know, do you sell them? Or I know Yogi Hollow Farms, Lisa over there sells them. I'm not sure if Verna does, but the Carolina Kind Family Homestead. I boil what I do not eat and toss it to your chickens. Yeah, the chickens are great. Their feed does not cost a lot because what doesn't go in the compost goes to the chickens. So very little waste there. These guys get fodder. Occasionally I'll give them cucumbers or melons. If you're giving quail things other than ground quail grit or quail food, you want to give them grit. They get their grit in their weekly sand baths, so they eat some of that as well. But when you call the quail, okay. I haven't given the chickens leftover quail or chicken yet. I know you can. They're omnivores, and if it's cooked, they're not going to know the difference. I don't know. I haven't done that yet. I'm sure it's fine, but Verna says, not yet, Matt, but soon. Well, we are trying to pay off some bills and get out of debt a little bit. I'd like to get a truck. We're saving for land. Some home repairs are needed, so there's financial expense there as well as I'm trying to remove myself from the system. But I think layaway for a freeze dryer is definitely in the future for us. So if you do start selling them, we're not doing it right away. So if you do start selling them, Verna, maybe we'll go through you. Let us know. You have a dehydrator, but you haven't used it as much. We have 2 dehydrators that run constantly. We use it a lot for herbs. I dehydrate. This year we've had a ton of cayenne peppers and Thai peppers and things. So I've been dehydrating that. I dehydrate jalapenos and bell peppers and onions. The dehydrated ones I think are really good to throw into the crock pot, into soups, into things like that. So trying to preserve as much as we can. I am preparedness minded, I guess, so we put a lot back as well. Dogs eat raw bones, but cooked ones cause splintering. Yeah, that's great advice, Verna. So, and then let's see. Have a great one all. I need to run for the night. Hey, Psych, thanks for joining in. Hey, you have a blessed night. Hit me up this week, and I'd like to talk with you and get together with you. I know Psych's also been doing some stuff with forging and some things like that a little bit, so hopefully over the next few months here we'll be able to chat with him some there as well and show some of that stuff. So you have a good night, man. Have a good one. Thanks for joining. Really appreciate it. Carolina Kind Family Homestead. I'm really enjoying the good vibes here. I am too, and we've been on for an hour and 11 minutes. I planned on being on for half an hour, but great talk. Verna says, yep, Matt, and expensive equipment should have surge protectors on them. Yeah. I just don't think about these things a lot, really, I guess. And so I try and share the tips when I come across them, because I'm assuming other people probably don't think about them. A lot of that's probably just common knowledge and common sense stuff, but I didn't think about it. So that is something we'll do. So people are saying good night. I don't know. I'll hang out for a little bit longer, I guess, while things are going. I do have some chores I need to get to tonight, so we'll be doing that. But with starting at 8 now, a little earlier, I can be on a little later. Now my lights here are on a timer, and that is to save the batteries. So the chicken coop solar is run on 35 amp hour battery. That controls the actuator, the solenoid, the water pump, about 6 different LED lights and everything, and that runs all that really well. No power problems at all. The Quail Shack actually is running on a 12 amp hour battery. That's a little bit less, and so I do have it on a timer. It also only has a 20 watt solar panel on the Quail Shack, so that battery I do need to watch. I have plans for the future actually to move all of the solar for both areas over here into the Quail Shack to keep it warm in the winter and whatnot. And then the solar box that hangs off the side of the chicken coop, I'm going to turn into another nesting box. So those are projects coming down the way. I will definitely do a lot of videos when I upgrade my solar system. I'm going to put up probably a 50 amp hour lithium battery in here to run both. But the light will go off on me in a few, so if it does, I'll stop stream. But let's see. So Verna's saying, I haven't a store yet, Matt. I have to wait a few more months. Oh, that's fine. My time scale on anything takes a while, so. Oh, must be out west. It's 11:13 there. Hey, Carolina Kind Family Homestead, thank you for joining. That is late. Wow, I'm sorry. So we're here in New Mexico, actually, the high desert of New Mexico. And so, yeah, it is, it's only 9:14 here. So, well, thanks for joining. Wow, it's late there. So much great info on chat tonight, CDB saying there is, yeah, a lot of good tips, a lot of good info. Gossmania, just hit the notification bell on your channel. Hey, thank you very much, I appreciate it, and subbed, but we didn't have that clicked. I can't wait to learn more on your how your quail do. I can prepare myself for when I get them too. Hopefully I can help you. I find it, man, huge blessing finding you, your channel. I think that's awesome that, you know, you're friends with Deep South there. They're onto the right thing. It sounds like you guys are too. And the fact that I can share a little bit of my knowledge with some people there that are a little further ahead than me really fills me with joy. I think that's one of the coolest things. So, yeah, definitely. Verna has a cookbook, CDB is saying. So I know you were working on it, Verna, for QuailCon. I wasn't able to make it there, but I will get that, yeah. 10:14 here at Gossmania, so I'm not sure where you're at, but okay. So you must be, let's see, Arizona maybe, or somewhere out there, California. You're a night owl. Yeah, I get up at, about 5:30 in the morning usually when I can, and get the boys ready and off along with my wife. When I say I do it, I give so much credit to her too, because she is amazing at all that. But Mississippi South, oh, you said that, duh. I don't know why I went the wrong direction. Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking. Anyways, but so I get up about 5:30, and then I run until midnight or so, doing some security and stuff out here just because we're on the urban homestead. So I burn that candle. Carolina Kind Family Homestead. When you get older, sleep is a rare treat. Yeah, it really is. I get like 5-6 hours a night if I'm lucky. Good vibes. Some new people in here. Hey, thanks for hitting my sub button and the bell. I subbed you too. That helps. Anyone in here, go ahead and do that. I am going to be, I guess, asking if anyone has any, I guess, final things they'd like to say or questions. I am kind of getting tired and need to get to some chores, so I will be wrapping it up. If you guys want, at 10 a.m. Mountain Time here tomorrow, I have Garden Chat with me and my 9-year-old son, where we'll show the poultry village here as well as some of the fall garden stuff going on, so join me for that. Again, there is no live stream next week with the Quail Chat. Oh, I don't know if I'm loading here or YouTube just kind of got weird for me. I don't know if it got weird for other people. Been nice chatting. So I won't be on here next week as I'm preparing for some things, but we will the following week. So stay tuned to my community tab. I'll post a lot of stuff on there. I'm going to go back and check out all you guys. It was awesome meeting everyone. Does anyone have any other questions or things you'd like to say before we do hop off here? We'll leave a quick minute here for anyone to say anything they'd like or any questions. Verna Young. It is 11:17 there in Southwest Ohio. Yeah. And we got people from all over here. That is cool. You know, I never thought in my wildest dreams I would be talking to such a great group of people from all over and with such good skills and interests, and I'm absolutely floored and blown away. So you guys rock. Gossmania Homestead, do you have a Facebook page? So I don't do a lot on Facebook, Instagram. I want to say TikTok. What's the other one? Not TikTok. The Twitter, and maybe it's TikTok. I don't do any of that. I do YouTube. I don't have any other social media and stuff. I have some family Facebook stuff occasionally I'll hop on, but I do plan on setting that up. So my wife runs, and I need to get her to put those links in my videos, but she runs an Instagram. I think she might have TikTok. I get this wrong a lot. Maybe it's not TikTok. And a Facebook. She runs those with Spice of Life Family. So we're not really big on there yet. So we do want to get some of that going. I probably will. We'll have to post some of that in the community tab. I had gotten away from Facebook and a lot of social media. I kind of just do YouTube. I don't really like it, to be honest, but The community I meet is great. Oh, you know what? I do hop on Facebook sometimes for Marketplace. I also hop on for newbie Quail group. If you haven't checked out Zach over at Myshire Farms, Jasmine Bass, Verna Young is there, I know. But there are some really good quail groups on Facebook there you can check out. So you're saying you understand, yeah. Yeah, I'm absolutely floored and blown away with these people. With you people that I've met in this chat tonight and got to know a little bit here, and so excited. I'm really excited. You know, me and my family really. I've driven through the South once, but we don't get out a lot. We really don't. I would really like to take the family to visit down through the South. I know my father and family live down in Texas, so I'd like to get down to see him. I would like to make our way through Mississippi, through Arkansas, Missouri, and maybe down to Florida to see Ultimate SNS and Survival Living. Arizona Highland Homestead is over in Arizona, obviously, so maybe one of these times I need to start a big trip where I head out to Arizona, loop down, and go through the South. Because I need to see that area of the country, and there's a lot of people down there I know that are right on and believe what I do and are close to it, are developing the same types of skills. One of the things I really want to do is build a good community, and I found that here on YouTube with you guys. New Mexico, there are some people out there, and some subscribers I have that live in New Mexico. I'd like to get together with and build a little bit of a community, a mutual assistant group maybe. It's a little more difficult finding people, especially in the city here in New Mexico on the urban homestead. There's not a whole lot of like-minded people in cities anyways, but New Mexico I think is kind of funny there for that as well. So we may or may not end up here. Verna Young saying have a blessed night everyone. Verna, you have a good one. Thank you so much for joining. It's a blessing always watching your channel and having you here on mine in chat. So you have a good evening. Wishing you many blessings for your channel and your homestead. Thank you very much. Gosmania, I am going to hop on. It's good to see you. I'm going to check out your channel. I am excited to see you in future chats, hopefully, and be able to chat with you there. And then, and so that is exciting. And then the Carolina Kind Family Homestead, same thing. I am excited. Check out some of your stuff. I am going to be praying for you guys. And there's a lot of good going on, so I kind of really don't want to hop off tonight, but I need to finish up some chores before we get to tomorrow. So with that said, until next time, excuse me, till next time, everyone stay strong, do the things, practice skills, anything and everything you can now to live a better life, to further yourself. So thank you so much, everyone, for the amazing fellowship tonight, for the uplifting vibes, for the good knowledge and chat. Thank you, CDB, as always, for moderating and for the service you do here. It is an enormous blessing having you here. And so until next time, we'll see everyone. Thanks for joining.